What's up, everybody? It's Joe with J Blake Photo, and today we're going to be talking about the recently leaked M6 Mark II, and the fact that really it's the 90D but in a smaller box. Okay, so I just released my video on the 90D that was leaked. We've got a promotional video, and also we've got the brochure for the 90D. So we have its basic specs. And if you have not watched that video, please go watch it right now. I will wait. Hit pause. I think right about here, there should be a pause button right about here. Go ahead and hit that, and then switch tabs and go watch that video. Right click, open in new tab. And you want to watch that video because the things that we're about to talk about with the M6 Mark II are almost identical to the 90D. Now, I do not have an M6 Mark II. I don't have a 90D. So we're going to use this Canon AE1 and pretend that it is the new mirrorless camera from Canon. This one's got cool buttons and noises and knobs and stuff. Canon releases the 90D. It's got a 32.5 megapixel sensor. It has 10 frames per second. It has dual pixel autofocus with eye tracking. It's got a single UHS-2 SD card slot. It's got a max ISO 25,800, I think. And it records 4K video in 30 frames a second. And it records 1080p at 120, which is the one thing that I think is super cool on that camera. One of my primary concerns on the 90D was whether or not the sensor would be of decent quality. They didn't really talk a lot about the sensor, but in the promotional video and kind of the information about the M6 Mark II, they mentioned that it has an improved sensor. I don't know if that means that it's improved over the version that's in the 90D. It looks like it's the exact same sensor. I'm assuming they mean over the previous M6, which is true. Here's where things get really weird. So the M6 Mark II has the same 32.5 megapixel sensor. It also has the same Digic 8 processor. So same exact megapixels, same sensor quality, same processing capability. I would assume same buffer and same card slot. And while the EOS 90D will do 10 frames a second for the viewfinder, which the M6 Mark II doesn't have a viewfinder. We'll talk about that in a second. The 90D can do 10 through the viewfinder and 11 through live view through the screen on the back, which is pretty much the same 3-inch vari-angle display as the M6 Mark II. These are the exact same camera. Yet somehow the M6 Mark II is able to shoot at 14 frames a second, and it has a 30-frame raw burst mode. What? So then you might ask, why wouldn't I just get the M6 then? Why wouldn't I say, well, get the M6 instead of the 90D? It's got all this extra stuff. It's the same sensor. It's the same, The difference is it doesn't take EF lenses natively. It doesn't take the new RF lenses natively. But it takes the M lens. I would have released the 90D in a mirrorless version. Are there really a lot of people that are super invested in the M mount? I don't know. So here's the other thing. In addition, it doesn't have an EVF. It doesn't have a viewfinder. It has a clip-on viewfinder. I don't know if that's going to be sold separately or not, but and then that uses the hot shoe. Who's going to buy this camera? Really, I think this is just going to end up making everybody angry. They came out with a mirrored version, they came out with a mirrorless version, all with the same gear inside. One takes the EF lenses, the other one takes the M lens. If you are hugely invested in the M mount with a ton of lenses, put something in the comments and tell me if this camera is what you wanted as a consumer. And if you are invested in the EF lens system like I am, tell me if you would plan on going to this camera because of the size and the specs, and hopefully the price is good. I'm hoping it's under $1,000, considering the fact that you can really only shoot like 200 shots with it with that battery. because it's a very small camera. Let me know in the comments. Are you an M mount person and you plan on investing in this camera and this is what you were looking for? Are you an EF mount person and you're planning on moving to the mirrorless with the M mount? Or are you like me, you have EF mount lenses, eventually you'll go mirrorless, and you just don't understand what this camera is for? Let me know in the comments. Please don't hit the thumbs down button. If there's something that you don't like about this video or something you disagree with, put it in the comments. I'd rather talk to you about it than you hit the thumbs down. Thumbs down doesn't really tell me anything. Hit like, hit subscribe. Check me out on Instagram. I'll put that right over here. I'm at jblakephotog. Check me out on Twitter. I am also at jblakephotog. Check me out on Facebook. I don't have a lot of people that follow me on Facebook or Twitter or Instagram, and so I don't post as much there. But if I had more folks following me, I'd love to continue conversations like this on there. And I would love for you to check out some of the photos that I put on my Instagram, which normally have nothing to do with this channel. But it's just work that I've done that I'm super proud of. So go and check that out. And I will see you in the next video.